Mike Jones here with Ken's. My brother Kenny out on Ken's Stereo Junction, one in Warner Robins, one in Macon, and since 1978, we've been doing audio, video, and car stereo, backed up by Middle Georgia's only in-store service. Let's get inside and check it all out.
Middle Georgia's #1 sight and sound source. Go to Ken's.
All right, we do a lot of Sonos.
Tons of Sonos.
Sonos is a brand that is app driven, so it works off of Wi-Fi versus Bluetooth, so you don't have any interruptions, which is nice. But kind of explain them as a whole. Go ahead, Austin.
Yeah, so as far as Sonos, they'll have everything from sound bars to subwoofers to Bluetooth speakers to even headphones now, which is absolutely amazing. These sound incredible. But what this company is, you can control all of their products from one app on your phone. So you can even upload your Spotify app, your Pandora app, all into that one app. That way you can control it as a whole. You can control your whole home, you can separate all the areas as well. It just makes it super, super easy. But with all their different products, everything from their Arc Ultra soundbar, which is their biggest and their best, to their Beam, to their Ray, they make all the different sizes, that way you can fit your massive movie room, your bedroom, guest room, everything. And they have everything that you can really want.
I think another big blessing is that when you do Sonos, it allows you to have multiple zones or one big zone.
Yes.
So I can have sound out by my grill. I'm out there jamming out. And I can have sound in my garage where I play basketball, or I can have an area, in my kitchen where I play 80s music from my dog, which I really do all day long. And it's a very important thing about it. Or I can hit one button and it merges them. Like at Christmas when my kids came over, I just hit one button and we just played Christmas music everywhere.
Yes.
So easy to use. And we do all the training. We do all the installation and all that. Now, speaking of the Arc Ultra, that's their best bar. Has 11 speakers built into it. You can add their subwoofer built into it, and you can add speakers. I just did a house in Perry. I've already showed it to you.
That was amazing.
This house was amazing by itself, but this fireplace was like 10 or 12 feet wide, 30-foot tall living room. Let me just throw you over into Perry so you can see how this turned out. It's awesome. All right, when you do large scale, like this home is very large scale, and you do a large fireplace that's 30 feet in the air, this is just incredible. You have to have a very large panel. You have to have something that's bright enough to overcome all of this, all of your outside. You have a giant chandelier. You just have a lot going on. So you need a picture that can kind of bypass that as far as glare. Sony and Samsung both are going to be a great answer to that because they're very bright, very vibrant TVs, as you can see here. It's just amazing. But you need big, because when you have a fireplace that gets, in excess of 80 or 90 inches long, you're going to need an 85 or a 90 inch, and you would say, well, that sounds awful big. It is big, but in this room, look how far back it goes. When you turn around and look at the back side of this, this goes all the way back there. So you're going to have entertainment and be able to watch. These TVs adjust for the brightness in your room, which is nice. On its own, you don't have to tell it to do it. It actually makes itself brighter when it's bright outside and darker when it's dark outside. However, the TV speakers are not good enough, so Sonos is a good way to answer that. This is Sonos. It's called the Arc Ultra, and it has many drivers all the way. Not drivers, speakers. About 11 of them that fit into this. And its idea behind that is, I want to be able to broadcast sound across the room, but I don't want it to echo in the fact that we're 3 stories tall in the middle of here. So we have speakers back here in the back, if you can see in the ceiling right here. And the idea behind this is, this will give us a rear channel of surround if we choose to. So now I've got Sonos sound there if I'm just watching TV. I can be playing music back there, or I can turn this into one big surround sound zone. Sound-wise, just even with basic music, let me give you an idea how this pulls sound in. It is really big sound. It broadcasts to me, and I'm 20 feet away. Again, that's just something very calming. But listen at the clarity and how spot on it is, and it's not bouncing all over the place. This is how it works. The estimate is free. I'll come out, and just like we started this relationship with him, he is ready to entertain, whether it's inside, outside, by the pool, by the putting green, or in the theater. There's my name and Kurt's phone number. The estimate is free because that is what we do. This is awesome.
All right, Cooper with Ken's Stereo here. I just want to show y'all, we got a 2025 Cadillac, and let me tell you, this thing is absolutely insane. And not only that, but we made it even more insane by just the audio part of it. They have bass down in the doors right now, so we got basically a subwoofer kind of thing from the factory. That's how they like to do it, but you don't get the volume you really want. So we bypassed the factory amp with those speakers, our tweeters up here. We got 3 up here. We got speakers in all 4 doors, audio control speakers, which amazing clarity and volume is more than you need for sure. Then we also went with the Sony ES 6-channel amp, and let me tell you, That thing's got plenty of power. Let me just show you in a little bit of an example. I mean, the clarity is insane. And that's only a little bit. I just don't want to, lengthen everything out for y'all. I know you get bored sometimes with me, but let me tell you something. This thing is absolutely sweet. Let's go back to my dad.
All right, this is what Cooper was talking about, audio control. They have an entirely new series of hybrid amplifiers, so they don't get a lot of heat built into them. They have a, kind of a water-resistant line, and then they have the big boy, the Pro Series speakers that come in 8-inch, 6-inch, 5-inch, 4-inch, plus tweets and crossovers. And that's what you saw in that Escalade, which is mind-bogglingly loud. I just love it when it's clarity in your highs, clarity in your mids, and great in your sub. And if that all boggles in your brain when I say that, when you come in and talk to the folks in the making of Warner Robins, they can pick stuff based on, if performance is over money or if money is over performance, and we can make that ratio work. So let's say you said, well, hey, I don't want to spend $400 or $500 on speakers. Well, and that's where Alpine will come into play there. Alpine makes a bunch of series, so does Sony and DS18, that you can buy for $149 for a pair and get a true Silk Dome tweeter, the polybutyl here that takes weather over time, which is super, super nice. And they sound incredible. I'll give you a little sound bite here just to kind of give you an idea what it sounds like. And you see what I'm saying? Like, that is an unbelievable sounding speaker. As a matter of fact, I had a gentleman in here last night, and he had a 2019 Honda Accord, and the new body style Honda holds that size. They make a trim piece that fits right into the door and into the back deck. But all we did was change out the 4 speakers and put those in, and $350 or so later, or whatever it takes plus the parts, it's installed. Plus, there's no labor charge when you buy all the product from us that fits in the factory locations. We can also modify and all the good things. So again, going back to where we were, in the speaker world, we have you covered. In the world of head units, we are constantly loaded back up. You guys buy a lot of radios from us, whether it be kind of an old school flip out like this, whether it be a single DIN like this that we put in ATVs and boats and stuff like that. The touch screens that you see here are always going to be in place. We carry brands like Stinger and Pioneer, and we do Alpine. Of course, Sony has a series called ES, which is incredible. But anywhere from about $150 all the way up to what you can stomach, we will have in stock. And again, when you buy it from us, the installation is free unless you do something super duper duper custom. So in the world of audio and video, we got you base packages and everything. Now, something else to be excited about is that way. So follow me. Rockford Fosgate, which has been one of the greatest brands since I've been in doing this my entire life. Rockford Fosgate's always been that brand that has just kind of been upper echelon. You've got them and DS18 and SoundCubed, and you have Audio Control and JL Audio and Alpine. There's just so many. But Punch, when I competed as a youngin', when I competed with Punch, and I literally competed in all levels with that, I used Rockford Fosgate as my brand. I hope you're seeing a cutaway of the magazine article of it with my fly glasses on from many, many, many moons ago in my Nissan Maxima. Anyway, back to this. They have changed up their Punch series speakers. Now, this is their new series, and look at the build quality of the speaker. My son, which we'll go over to education in just a minute, he was out there in Las Vegas. They were getting educated. But look at this. Is absolutely amazing, right? I mean, anywhere from $199 for a pair and up, depending on if you do components. They have 5x7, 6x9, 6.5, every size that fits in every type of vehicle. Rockford Fosgate is back, and as you can see, we're back with Rockford Fosgate as well. So we carry all the best brands, even from the big boy stuff like Rockford Fosgate's T1. Do you remember this monster right here? Oh my gosh, that is such a wonderful thing. Now, it takes a lot. We learned about all the new brands, and I'm going to right now throw you all the way out there. Where's out there? To Las Vegas, where my third gens, that's what I call our boys, third gens were getting their brains blown away by all the awesome electronics. Check out what they got to see and learn. Awesome.
Hey y'all, Cooper with Ken Stereo. We got the epic part of this show for y'all. That's right, I am at SEMA, as you can see behind me. We got a lot in store. We got a lot of audio to look at. We got a lot of radios to look at. We got a lot of subwoofers to look at. We got everything to look at. So, let's get inside and check it out. Come over here, look at this car. They're coming out with something. This is gonna come out next year to the public for y'all, for us to put in for y'all. Look at this. You have your own screens here. It almost acts as an independent radio. So you have all your dash cams here, but you also still get the functionality of CarPlay, Android Auto, all that kind of stuff. It tells you G-force, it tells you temperature. I mean, this thing is insane, but on top of that, they're adding a new camera. That's right, look at this real quick. So if we come in, you can see in this top right, you're like, what is that going on, right? I mean, it looks insane. It is a thermal camera. That way, if you live out in the country, or let's say Culloden is one part I'm very familiar with, you have a lot of deer, you have a lot of animals like to run out. Well, you can have a dash cam that actually is thermal vision that can see all these animals running out and highlight that for you on your dash cam. And on top of that, come back over here, you have CarPlay on the left side, dash cams on the right. That way you have both. So if you need to see your maps and you need to see your thermal, you can have both at the same time. So look at this cam load real quick. This thing's incredible. It's actually fully sealed. That way your temperature doesn't get too hot. It's not gonna fall off. It's not gonna overheat. It is built to be outside. One more thing, follow me. Over here we have their new Dual 4K is what it's called. This camera not only does your front 4K like it normally does, but they also added the rear down. So your trunk, your backup camera dash cam is gonna be 4K. So you have 4K here and you have 4K in the back. They also have a portable dash cam where this has a fisheye, so you get that 360 view if you want it to use as a camera, or you have a dash cam. All right, now we're at the DS18. Follow me. This is absolutely one of the craziest places we've been to. Did you see our amplifiers right here? Not only do you have 1,000 watts, but this small amplifier, 1, water resistant, but 2, at 1 ohm. This thing is insane. To really see how small these new amplifiers are. And not only that, 1,000 watts, 1,200 watts, 1,600 watts. And they also come in marine. They are fully submergible amplifiers that are 1,600 watts. I mean, this is insane. You're probably seeing cutaways now of their demo vehicle. I mean, it's insane. But either way, at the end of the day, DCT, we like it loud, they make it fun. I just wanted to say thank y'all for trusting us with our business and also trusting us to work on your pier. I mean, this is such an honor and an opportunity, especially for me, to be able to come out here and learn so much more to better our company, but not only that, better our service to y'all. So again, thank you so much.
Hey, this is our Slingshot, and it's been our show vehicle, and we rotate show vehicles out once a year. This one has 0 miles. It might have 2 miles on it. It is brand new, never been on the streets, literally been serviced and put in here, and then we put a $12,000 sound system in it. We're going to sell this vehicle, so if you're interested in it, it's about right at Slingshot season. You're seeing this in February. Everybody starts driving in February and March, except for the crazies that drive in the 10-degree weather. But this thing is ready to go, and it is brand new in the wrapper, and you don't even have to wait on having your system done, because this is the best of the best. Slingshot, we're going to make you a deal on it. Just come find me or my brother, and we'll make that happen. Now, Klipsch, at the show in Vegas, they were showing off all their new series, and this new Flexus series has been out, but they've had a way of doing smaller products. So they make a smaller soundbar like this, and the quality is just absolutely amazing. Look at this thing. Really incredible. I love the way it's made to mount on the wall or set on top of the thing, on top of like a mantle or so. They make this in 2 sizes. This is small, and they make a big one, a 200 and a 300. They were rated #1 in Rolling Stones. I told you about that a couple of months ago. But what we've been waiting on is this. We've been waiting on this. I'm so happy to say that now the Klipsch Flexus subwoofer is in stock, and the Klipsch Flexus rear speakers are in stock. This is a complete theater that you can buy from them, and it is ready to rock and roll. So even if you're a do-it-yourselfer or you want our guys to do it, this thing absolutely pounds. It's incredible. $600, $249 for your rear speakers, $349 for your soundbar. You just don't have to spend a lot of money to get a very, very high-end a sound. And from Klipsch, who we've had since 1978, I think they're one of the best brands ever. Did I say ever? Okay, follow me this way. All right, in the world of flat panels, as you can see, we have reloaded as we have now gotten over. You're probably getting this right, maybe right at the Super Bowl and after the Super Bowl, but the deals are on for Sony and for Samsung, and now the LG's newest higher end OLED series. We're going to have those in stock, 55s and up as well. When you come in, you'll see this giant wall of TVs and then TVs over here. The blessing of this is we keep these sizes in stock, so you can stand here and we really literally will say it like this: how far are you from your TV? Well, you got these 2-foot tiles. Well, I'm 10 feet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I can stand here and make sure, you know what, that's too small. You know, that's probably big enough, but I'm really dreaming of that. And we make sure to pick the size if it's something you want to come pick out in the store. Now, if you don't want to come and pick it out in the store, my phone number comes up here, and me or my nephew will come to you, and we'll pick everything out for you and get the installation done. But a lot of people that are techies, they'll just come in and want to look and see, hey, if I'm just watching a regular program like Barrett Jackson, how do they differ? Well, they do differ. I mean, look at the difference in brightness in this TV and this TV. You can probably see that just filming it, because they're made for different environments. Some are made for dark rooms, or some are made for living rooms with windows, and that's why we want to pick these out, and we only carry the best brands in the business no matter what. Plus, on top of that, we do service in your home, in your business, and in our store. I have actual technicians that we pay money to make sure that if you have an issue that we can do that, and we repair brands that we didn't sell you as well. So that's a nice blessing if you have an issue there. So when you come in, you'll see all the way up to the 98, and I'm telling you, the smoking deal, Samsung's 98 is $1,997 for a 98-inch, one of the best brands in the business, and this is their higher end piece, which I'm just so grateful for. 85-inch TVs, and we are their price, right? You're probably seeing me point at a price on the phone and pointing at a price on the TV, because we're the same price as the .com, but we service it after the sale, and you don't have to wait to get it. You can get it today. Well, you know, we do a tremendous amount of flat panel. We also do lots of projectors and screens if you want to do a theater or a training room. I'm so grateful that we were just blessed to get to do Emory Hospital. I'm so grateful we got to do 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 or 7 of their training rooms and boardrooms and stuff and everything. It's I'll just stop talking. Check this out. We do a lot of conference rooms. We are at Emory Hospital, and I'm so very grateful to work for them. We did many, many projects here at Emory Hospital, but this is one of them. And this is 4 rooms that they can convert into 1, 2, 3, 4, or one large room, which I'm going to show you now, where they do 2 different rooms. The idea behind that is you have to have video. There's one of our shows now, but the video has to be perfect, which is this is a laser projector, very, very bright. And look at that picture with all the lights on. Controls from this podium here that allows them control, that gives them control over this part of the system. It also has a microphone, so when you end up with one of those big crowds and everybody's way back there in the back, it still will carry the sound all the way to the back. You'll get an idea as I swap the helmet. I'm going to flip through how big this room is, right? So this goes all the way back. Well, here is room 1, room 2, room 3, room 4, or one big room. From a matrix control, we can tell this to have a picture there and a video there, or 4 different pictures or 4 different videos. They're all the same picture and all the same videos. It all controls from an iPad that controls the sound, the video, and everything. Of course, the microphones work. Let me turn this off. The idea behind that is when you come here, if you end up closing this up, now I have another training facility, right? So I have one thing going on there, a different thing going on here, and as you come down through here, you've got another room. Here is room 3. And this is room 4. The blessing of this is I have speakers that are all flushed in the ceiling that you'll see there, the 2x2 tiles. They literally fit in the 2x tile grid, so you don't have anything hanging down, anything that you have to look at. You got microphones for all the areas, HDMI plugins for all the areas, or one control desk back there that controls all of the areas as one gigantic area. And the idea behind that is you have full HD, so you can have full motion video, you can have a Teams room type meeting, and you can have wireless mirroring as well. So 4 different rooms, 2 different rooms, or individual rooms, or one gigantic room. This is a great training facility for the hospital. We're so grateful to be a part of it. We're just now finishing up, but again, look how amazing the picture is. Of course, the sound, like I said, with the microphone, it just works absolutely perfect. My phone number comes up right here. That's how we got to be a part of this. Is they called me and said, hey, we are ready to update. They have had no update for 12 to 17 years. So we got to do their biggest boardroom, their secondary boardroom, their Kerry Martin room that they use for all kind of different facilities, and 2 different training facilities. And we're just finishing up on the last part of this project now. But the blessing is this takes time. All of these screens, as you see, they are flushed into the ceiling. They motorize up and down depending if you want to do remote control or by switch. That takes a tremendous amount of time, especially when you're not doing 1, 2, 3, 4, but you're doing 10 or 12 of them, right? Plus we did 100-inch TVs, which you're going to see on the next show in some other rooms, big 100-inch Sonys and Samsungs in those areas as well. And then of course the big boardroom is, I cannot wait to show you that. So again, the estimate is free. That's how we started the relationship with Emory. And then of course we're finishing, we're about to do our training. And of course they get our Kens after the sale service. This is what we do. Porsche Panamera Turbo. This car is beautiful. This is a 2020 model, and when he came to us, he said, I need to have a radar detector, which I would think if you have a Porsche Panamera Turbo, you probably don't even know you're going that fast when you're going that fast. But this is an amazing vehicle, so he wanted to have a radar detector, and before you say, oh, you're trying to tell us the speed, that's up to you whether or not your speed, but the fact is, this tells us where the radar is for school. It does a lot more than just that, but the blessing is, if you're a heavy foot, this is a way to know what's going on. Now, there are many bands of radar, XK, KA, super wideband KA, laser. This picks up all of those, and and it has a laser jammer into the back. And that's amazing. Now, you're probably seeing the cutaway right now. It is a lot to get the sensors. There are sensors all the way through the front bumper and all the way on the back bumper that are sending out these waves that pick up the radar. They go about 1.5 miles. This is your display, which I love this from Uniden. It's so simple. You know, here's my volume controls, nice. I can change the menu. Obviously, it has this filter built in where it won't pick up banks and grocery stores and all the other crazy things a lot of radar detectors do. So radar detector, check. So now he'll be picking his car up soon. Another thing he wanted to have protection, because it is a crazy world of people that just run into you and run away now. I don't know if you've noticed that, but these new cameras, these dash cams, they are incredible. The N4S, this does the front and rear, as you're seeing now, and it records onto an SD card, and it is in 4K full HD. This you must have, and no matter whether you have a business vehicle or you have your pleasure vehicle, because people just great. And I love this integration that is all up in the, I mean, that is just absolutely spot on. If it could, it couldn't look more factory. Oh, we're picking up a police officer now. Isn't that amazing? Look, that is so good. I can't wait to see how far down the road he's coming. Oh, that's so good. Anyway, so we got protection for the crazies that do crazy things, and we got protection for the police officers if I have that heavy foot, and of course those pesky school cameras. This picks all of that stuff up. So our phone numbers for our Macon and our Warner Robins Superstore are right here. You can call one of the Brainiacs and they'll get your radar and your HD camera on. This is what we do. All right, we do the portable Bluetooth speakers. We do the small ones like the JBL, but there's a specific series by Klipsch and by Peavey that kind of give you a more input, more output, more everything.
Yep.
Go ahead, brother.
Yep, so Klipsch, phenomenal company. We've had them forever. You can see them from our home theater setups, but they make Bluetooth speakers now. They look absolutely amazing. You can change the color of the lights. Even has a microphone input in case you want to sing. I tried to, it doesn't work out very well, but it looks amazing, very easy, battery powered. It's awesome. If you want something a little bit more detailed, we also do the PV setup.
Yeah, right. And I mean to interrupt you there, but I get excited. So PV this is theirs called the Solo, and what they've done so well is it's more advanced than that, but it's just a little more money. But check this out. It truly has mic inputs and guitar inputs, built-in EQ, gain control. It is still battery powered. I like that it's very easy to carry, and it has a stem on the bottom so you can actually put it on top of a stand. But look how rugged this thing as far as quality and construction goes. Again, this Bluetooth, plus it has the rechargeable battery built into it. I believe it said it'll go 8 to 11 hours of playback, which is incredible. So between the Klipsch and the PV, we got them $249 and $299, and they are in stock. And what an amazing, really just clean package to make everything work for your outdoor use. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Today we're giving you an installer's point of view. My name is Jarvis. I know you're used to seeing Michael on the infomercial, but today we're doing it from the installer's point of view. We have Anthony up installing the last security camera outside. As you can see, that line is outside right now. We did use Burial Cat 6. This house is about 130 years old, so attic access and crawl space was minimum. So it did take us a little while to figure out where we could run wires and how we could run wires here. So we did do 5 cameras, and everything turned out great. Camera on the driveway so we can see her car. Camera on the gate in the back, which I'm walking around to now, so you can see these cameras from our point of view. So you can just bear with me a little bit. So there's those 2 cameras there. Wires come down and go in the crawl space on this half, so we can see our shed in the back there, and we can see whoever comes through the gate, and we can also see her car, and we get a street view. We didn't put one on the front because she has a video doorbell that's up there, so we can see who comes up to the front. So we're relying on the doorbell so we can have 2-way communication with whoever comes up to the front door. I'll take you guys inside so you can see all the good stuff.
All right, when you get done with the cameras, and you got to have views. You know, the idea behind that is we come out and we evaluate. I'm sure my phone number comes up here. We evaluate, what do we need to see? You know, we don't want to have wasted space, but what in our people space? What if somebody ends up my yard, or if somebody ends up my door? Well, there's the blessing of this is, and this is an 8-way setup. So we can do 8 cameras, even though we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we can do more. But what we needed to see was the sides of the house, the cars next to our neighbor. We need to see our own personal car, and there's an interior shop here that has to matter. Now, these new cameras are uncompressed HD, and they have sound, and they're amazing. And it's a hard thing to do when you're dealing with a house that's 130 plus years old or 129 years old. But look at the clarity here. Look at that view. Front door, back door. There's my stairs. I can see all the way to the fence line, all the way to here. This gives you such a good view because they're like 120-ish degrees, but they will see 75 to 125 feet away depending on how you set up the cameras. Let me show you a couple of more of these views. Just amazing. Look at this detail. This is coming in, driveway. There's our van right there. There's her car. The blessing is you can see if it's a 2-car here because it's a 2-car driveway. I can even see the trash can in case somebody does something crazy and steals a trash can, which I've seen happen, by the way. Check this out. Here's the shop. This is important because of the windows. So window, shop, things that are valuable and all that. If I come in, whatever I do, if I enter any part of the front of this house, I have a complete view. Keep in mind, this thing is recording 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The blessing is the minute we plug it in, it starts recording. With this, you don't pay a monthly fee because it's all recorded onto your hard drive, which is nice. You can get the hard drive to do 5 days, 10 days, 30 days, 6 days, 6 months if you wanted to. You can see the whole side of the house. The blessing of that is, if somebody just deliberately gets to here, when they get through here and get to the other side, the other camera in the backyard's already get them. So now you have 2 views. Now you have 3 views if they go to the front of the house. The blessing of that is, we want 3 views. We want to know if it's a boy or if it's a girl. We want to know what they're wearing, if they had a logo shirt on, what kind of vehicle. I mean, all the things. And these cameras are so amazing when they're the way they see. So at the end of the day, there's my phone number. I'll come out. We discuss budget. We discuss performance. We discuss when you want to make it happen. And you get a 2-year warranty. Right the day you buy it, you get 2 years unconditional warranty. Right on-site service. That's the blessing of these educated guys and girls that work for us. Is what they do is make it absolutely perfect and secure. This family, safe and secure. This is what we do. Hey, thank you. I'm so grateful for you being a part of our Ken's family in this infomercial where we get to kind of get out there and show you all the cool things that my men and women that work for us can do. We are very blessed with about 22. I need some employees. So if you know anybody that wants to be in installation or into sales, I do need some employees. If you have time to send them our way and we will talk and figure out how they mesh with the Ken's family and get things. We do love to get people education and give them a good job. So I need some folks if you got that out there. We are hiring. Should be passed right up on top of my face right now. But we are blessed to have a lot of installers and some really good salespeople and great technicians that do what they do. We have since 1978 done one thing, and that is in-store service. We're a family-owned business. We take that. We're so very grateful. We'll never, ever take that for granted. But we have technicians that do the work. And to this day, as far as I know, I don't know anybody even on this side of the United States that has that. And we are so very grateful to do that. So again, I say this to say it very clearly. We are grateful to work for you, and we are eager to work for you over and over and over again. Now, we have nothing without our Lord and Savior, and I always end with Scripture. Isaiah 55 verse 9 says, "For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." What that means is, if you've been in a season like myself, I have to remind myself, His will, His timing, and He don't think like I do, and I'm grateful for that. There's a plan in place, and it is always to prosper you and never to harm you. That's in Scripture as well. But He says, my thoughts, not your thoughts. He says, let me be God, and you just wait and see what I do. I've seen those miracles over and over again, and I wish those blessings upon you. Come see us at Ken's in Macon in Warner Robins. There's Cooper. Cooper, say hello. Cooper, say hello. Get to our Macon and our Warner Robins Superstore. Superstores are fun. All right, got to stretch. Takes a lot. Get out here and do this. Hold on. Okay. Commercial time. Let's get this done.